set for some Busch Grand National Racing and Midget Racing here. The Northeastern Midget Racing Association in with their midgets here tonight. And while we got a few minutes, I'd like to remind you that the Star Speedway is owned and operated by Mr. Bob Weber, Chief Administrator Ms. Jeannie Weber. Your announcer tonight, Bob Piconi and Dick Houlihan. The starter will be Jim Beebe, assisted by Bob Silvio. And for the midgets, Maury Dumas and Jay Benton on the flag stand. Jay is on the flag stand right now.
Coming out of turn 4, and we're green. Matt O'Brien grabs the lead quickly as, oh my goodness, we have over. We have one car, Stan Beluziak, very upside down. And we have Bobby Seymour, who seems to have decided to stop sideways. The car closest to us, the brown colored car, is Stan Beluziak in the 19. He's the one who went up the track on his head and then flipped into the bushes. The other one is Henry Nelson in the 14, and Nelson is out of the car.
Good way to get the 1991 running of the Star Speedway East Coast Midget Classic underway.
And this is Stan Beluziak getting helped up. He looks a little shaky, but he's okay. I'm sure they'll ask him to take a ride.
You know, that's the second time he's done that. What, about 3 years ago, Stan ended up in almost that exact same spot. Only I'm not sure he went upside down that time. He just rode off into the pucker brush right side up that time. But this time he did it upside down, right side up, and 2 or 3 other ways also.
Two current champions, Russ Storr and Joey Coy, make up the 4th row, and Bobby Seymour, a former champion, is all by himself at the back. The green flag is ready, and here we go. This time it's Greg Storr that leads him into turn 1. And a tight pack, Marcy comes through on the bottom side, followed by Russ Storr. 4 wide, I think they're 5 wide, but they didn't make it. Ooh. 4 wide was possible, 5 wide wasn't possible in the 3rd turn. Maybe all this sunlight is giving them sunstroke or something. It's awfully early in the day.
Well, we need the record in there to get him out.
It's not an auspicious beginning here. No wrecker. Out he comes. All right, as I said, we're down to 7 cars now. Let's see what these guys can do. Greg Storr and Bill Marcy in the front row, under green this time. Marcy out in front. Resto tries the bottom. Whoops, touch there, but everybody makes it. 3 wide, by God, they're 4 wide again. Down the backstretch. Everybody's still okay. Joey Coy right on the outside, 4 wide. Bill Marcy takes the lead going into turn 1 of lap 2. Bob Resco comes through on the bottom, takes it away from him down the backstretch as Russ Storr comes high around the outside to take over the 2nd spot. Marcy now on the outside, tries to take 3rd back from Resco, can't do it. Here comes Joey Coy around the outside to take over 3rd. DeMario now has Store right on his back bumper. Bobby Seymour comes under a badly pushing Bob Rushko to take over fourth. DeMario, Russ Store, Joey Coy, Bob Seymour, Bob Rushko down the backstretch. Store's working on DeMario into turn 3. DeMario pushes out a little wide, but Store can't do any better and has to follow him. Turn 1. Store tries to move on the outside, pushes down the backstretch as DeMario has something go wrong. The car just stopped and started again. Stopped, he held up his hand to signal and then got going again. Seymour and Coy putting on a race for second now as Store has the front all to himself, even though he's quite loose. Skittering through turns 3 and 4. Seymour now trying the outside of Coy once again. Store out in front, Seymour dives into turn 3 and the outside of Coy comes out. Still has that third spot, working on second as he works high on the outside. Coy tries not to push, goes out wide. Seymour has to back off. White flag this time. Seymour's going to try him on the bottom, can't do it. Coy hangs in there for second. Coy down the backstretch, leaves a little opening. Seymour can't get through there. Gonna try it high. Hangs in on the outside. Coy comes out, cuts him off, and Seymour has to settle for third. DeMario held on ahead of Rusto for fourth. But Russ Store in the Bruce and Ann Bean, Richard E. Daybach Auto Specialties Garrity has the win in the first heat. Everybody's watching him as they come out of turn 4. We're under green. Eric Pratt from the outside takes the lead. Mike Lugel grabs it right back again down the backstretch. Mike Pavuli comes storming down the inside to take the lead, but it will all be for naught. No, it won't be for naught as Eric Pratt is off the track safely, so the race continues. Dave Shaw has troubles. 3 wide, Nicky Fenora comes down the inside looking for that third spot and has it. We have Mike Pavuli well out in front. Drew Fenora second, Nicky Fenora third, Mike Seymour fourth. And John Mkhitaryan having trouble and dropping out. Maybe this is just too early in the day. A lot of these cars were loose the last time we ran here. Now they seem to have overcorrected in their pushing. To wit, Mike Seymour, who is pushing very badly, not handling at all. Mike Pavuli leading, Drew Fenora and Nicky Fenora catching them, but not nearly fast enough to be a serious challenge. Two to go. Mike Pavuli takes the white flag. Whoops, Drew Fenora pushed there and Nicky almost got him for second. Checkered flag comes out for Mike Seymour, Drew Fenora, Nicky Fenora, and Mike Seymour. Mike Pavuli won that race, and here's the battle for fifth, and it's Rick Hart.
This race is full of cars going out either mechanical problems or just plain not handling. Gotta get yourself straight.
First time for Bob 14.373. Bob Gaeta, excuse me. Second lap time, 14.189. 14.189. .576 for Barney's second lap. Tony Hirschman in the number 30, in the number 3. .603 for Tony Hirschman. 14.603, the second lap time. 14.169. Joe Bessie out on the track in the number 9 for the green flag. For Joe Bessie. .131, 14.131 for Joe Bessie. Ricky Craven in the number 25. Six more cars to go after Ricky. Ricky's first lap time is 14.780. Second lap time. 14.126. Jimmy Alby out in the number 41. Jamie's second lap is 14.109. .265 for Jeff Barry. His first time was 33 minutes, 33 seconds. So Mikey Whedon out there on the track in the number 35. First time we'll get for you in a sec. 14.229. 14.003 puts him right on the pole. Mike Whedon in the 35, 14.003.
Here comes the one I'd expect to be quick, although he wasn't handling all that well before in his heat. Nick Finoro, the former champion of the Northeastern Midget Association and 5-time champion of the American Racing Drivers Club, and also a lot of wins in TQs. I don't know if he ever won a title. He won the Niagara Falls Winter title once, but a lot of race wins. First lap for Nick Finoro. 12.474. This is Matt Duolo's Midu Toya Instruments Garrity. 12.129. So that is quick time so far.
Okay, I remind you that the 50-50 tickets are a buck a piece or 10 for $5. 10 lucky winners for $5. You can't beat that. Better than the Midgets. Okay, Barry Miller's ringing them around as he comes across the line in the third turn, fourth turn, fifth lap. Barry Miller and Glenn Martell. Martell on the outside into 33, coming around on the inside. Mike Braley in the number 9. Mike LaRochelle in the 1M down on low. They're going 3 abreast around the number 4 turn. Barry Miller still holding on as the 0-2. Russ Silva spins out in the number 1 turn. Tried to go around the outside draw on the yellow flag. And Mike Braley probably gets the worst part of it as that front fender gets torn up. Okay, Miller and LaRochelle bring them around. Green's out, racing once again. 1 lap down, 9 to go, and Mike LaRochelle jumps out into the lead in the 1M car. Tom Mason in the 67 going around the outside of Barry Miller as Randy Dean in the double L takes over the 3rd spot as they go down the back stretch. Mike LaRochelle's got a commanding lead as they complete 3 laps here. Into the 4th lap, and it bunched up going for the number 4 spot as the number 69 of Dan Robidas trying to get around the inside of Barry Miller. Little bumper tag as they go around the 3 and 4 turns. And the number 39 of Scott Svensson. Svensson goes wide, Miller goes wide, and Dan Robidas comes down underneath into 69 as we go halfway. Somebody in that 5-car pack just got the black flag, I'm not quite sure. Flag is for the number 40 car. Yeah, they don't even have a listing on the 40 car, so it could be Steve Rossi. Okay, I think he got it this time. He is leaking fuel. You can see it as he goes around that number 1 turn, coming right out the back. 2 laps remaining for Mike LaRochelle, Tom Mason, Randy Dean, Dan Robidas, and Russ Silva in the 0-2. 1 flag, one lap to go as a white flag comes out. And it looks like Mike LaRochelle wins. Tom Mason 2nd, Randy Dean's 3rd, Dan Robidas is 4th, Russ Silva is 5th. And Scott Svensson is 6th. Those are the ones in the 3rd row on the inside.
37, Bob Wallace. On the outside into 41, Bob Pesek.
Okay, Ron Coolman on the pole. Mark Hussey on the outside. Maybe brings him around, and the green is out. Ron Coolin and Mark Hussey. And Ron Coolin managed to hold on as they go around the least for the first lap. Keep an eye on the number 17 car, Pete Jarrett, getting up in the third spot as he gets his way underneath Philmini. Jarrett into number 17, trying to go underneath Mark Hussey, looking to take over that number 2 spot. Jarrett goes underneath Jarrett from Drake, Massachusetts. Gets underneath the Mark Hussey. Mark hails from Lebanon, Maine, as the number 66 of Walt Brown. Well, excuse me, that's Roger Sanborn from Hampstead, New Hampshire. Roger Sanborn in the 66. Halfway for Ron Coolin, Pete Jarrett. Roger Sanborn in the 66. Bob Wallace in at the number 77. Pretty good battle for the number 4 spot. Bob Wallace and Allie Olson all trying to get in there for that top 6. Olson trying to get around the outside of Wallace as there's 1 lap to go. Ron Coolin wins it. And maybe lifts him over, brings him around, the green is out. Mitch Wendell and Mark Duchesne's just kind of racing off together. Door to door as they go out there. Shanes likes to run a wide groove in the 73. Let's see how he does against Mitch Wendell in the 21. Meanwhile, the rest of the pack is slowly catching up. Joe Amore in the 71 breaks out in the number 3 spot. The 15 Emma Dave Meany takes over the 4th spot. Carl Fredrickson and Steve Landry goes flying high up into the number 4 turn. Kicking up a little dust for the pit crew fans out there. Mitch Wendell and Mark Duchesne having the track all to themselves up front, followed along by Joe Amore, Dave Meany, and 23 of Ken Smith. And Carl Fredrickson is in 6th spot. Halfway for Mitch Wendell and Mark Duchesne. Almost a half a lap lead on Joe Amore. And Ken Smith, Dave Meany in the 15M, and Carl Fredrickson, your top 6. Bill Gaudette working on the top 6, trying to get around Carl Fredrickson to see if they can take over the number 6 spot at least. Cannot. not have to deal with the consolation. A half a lap lead for Wendell and Mark Deschaines as they come with 2 to go. Dave Meany gets wild out there. Here comes the rest of the field. Ken Smith is making over the 3rd spot. And here's the checkers coming out. 21 and the 73. And who's going to take over? Steve Landry, Ken Smith, Joe Moore, and Carl Fredrickson here. Maybe as soon as Dick gets his breath here, we'll have him bring you up to date on what's happening in the midget.
Well, thank you, Bob. This B-Main, a special event here at the SM Star Speedway East Coast Classic Midget Race. This B-Main was open to all the midgets here tonight who have never won a feature event. Maury Dumas looking them over as they come through turn 3, come out of turn 4. The green is out. Lugel has a big jump as he practically bicycles. Pushes way out wide in turn 2. Botello comes through and they're trying this 5 wide act again. 4 wide into turn 3. They narrow it down to 2 and we make it through a whole lap. Mike Lugel in the lead. Keith Botello second. Then Eric Pratt and Doug Cleveland fighting it out. Cleveland lost a couple spots. Has some kind of a problem, and Babe Shaw gets through into 4th. Lugel, Pratt, Botello, and Babe Shaw hangs it out on the outside, gets around Keith Botello. Takes over 3rd. Mike Lugel bicycling badly. Has the lead. Eric Pratt hanging on in 2nd. Babe Shaw running a strong 3rd. They're pulling away from the rest of the pack who can't quite get by Keith Botello. Mike Lugel now slows on the backstretch and Eric Pratt gets by him. Pratt leads him slightly coming out. Lugel almost bicycles again, can't do it. Babe Shaw tries to get by, gets squeezed against the wall. Comes back and drops under Lugel, takes over 2nd. Pratt and Shaw make it into 1 and 2 around Lugel, who just doesn't have the handles right. Down the backstretch, Eric Pratt pulls out a little lead on Shaw as they come out of turn 2, but Shaw's handling better. Dives into turn 3, catches up within a car length as they cross the stripe. Into turn 1, Shaw almost ran him over. Lost the tail, score a little bit, lost some ground, but here they come again out of turn 4. Pratt and Shaw. Lugel still hangs on to 3rd as Stevie Eldridge gets by him on the bottom and takes over that 3rd under a pushing Lugel. Here's your battle coming out of turn 4 as Bob St. George is getting left. Eric Pratt and Babe Shaw. 3/4 of the race is over. And Eric Pratt and Babe Shaw are ready to go at it for 2 more laps. As Stevie Eldridge is catching up fast. Shaw tries too hard going in once again. Loses it a little bit. Shaw's moving to the outside. Can't do it. Tries the inside. Comes down for the white flag. Still 1 car length behind. He goes out, but finds John McIntoya in the groove. Gave Eric Pratt room to maneuver. Now another lap car. And Shaw comes through on the bottom end. Oh my goodness. 1 lap car
gave Eric Pratt a lead. Another lap car took it away. But it was the 44 of Eric Pratt who took the win by inches ahead of Babe Shaw. It was relatively calm race until that last lap when first John Picatoyan and then Henry Nelson ran out of power, slowed down in the middle of the track.
Barry Miller and Russ Hersey bring them around. Top 6 will qualify. Rick Gordette in a 0-0, holding on to number 3 as Miller takes over the lead. Rick Gilbert in a 94, smoking very heavily as they come around. Rick Gordette in the 0-0, or Bill Gordette in the 0-0 takes over the lead from Barry Miller on the outside, and number 31, Bruce Bennell, coming alive on the outside. Russ Hersey in the 13, hold on, getting a little bit loose in there in the number 2 car. Bruce Bennell in the 31 pulls down the number 3 spot and comes down underneath Barry Miller to take over the number 2 spot. Bill Duggan in the 20, holding on the number 4 spot as they're halfway. Bill Duggan in the 20. Russ Hersey in the 13's got 5th, and 6th is up for grabs. As the 0-0 Gordette. And the 31 of Barry Miller pretty well squared away for the top. The number 20 car driven by Bill Duggan. Barry Miller trying to hold on to the 4th spot. The 94 getting the black flag. Barry Miller holding on the 4th. Russ Hersey down on the inside in the 13, and the 13 New Hampshire car now has 4 spot. And the battle for 5th and 6th spot is between Mark Hussey, who now has 5th spot, and the 6th is going to have to go to somebody. We'll get it here in a minute as we coming around for the checker flag. Bill Gordette in his 0-0 is going to get the checker. Bruce Bennell in the 31. And the 20 is Bill Duggan. The 4th spot's going to go to the 13, the 25, and the 77. The 13 car being driven by Russ Hersey. The 25 by Mark Hussey. And the 77 by Bob Wallace. And Clark ready to bring him around. Keep your eye on Sergeant Jim Beebe. Brings him down, gives him the green. Lloyd Carafas coming down on the inside, and the number 22, the rookie, Jeff Barry, the number 22. Followed very closely by the Irishman, Dick McCabe. Clark and Berry going to battle it out for the number 2 sign as Clark gets his nose down underneath, takes a little bit far to Barry's back end. Warning from the flagman. Getting his nose in there just a little bit too close. Billy Clark in the 7 takes over as Dick McCabe gets down underneath. Joey Carafas taking over a pretty good lead as they come around out of the number 2 turn. Billy Clark in the 7, Dick McCabe in the 0 car. Followed by Jeff Barry and Roger Godin. Oh, Godin cuts the door on Dean Ferry in the number 66. Shuts the door right in front of him as Ferry goes around on the inside of the number 15. Mike Rowe. Rowe trying to go around the outside. Rowe appears to be dragging something on the bottom and getting sparks just slightly as he comes out of the back. Moving up to the head of the pack, Joey Carafas, your leader. Billy Clark and Dick McCabe trying to get down underneath Billy Clark. Not having any luck. Clark shut the door on them. Remaining in his 12 lap heat. 2 to go for Joey Carafas. This time, the Irish Angel Dick McCabe in a 0 gets underneath Billy Clark. Clark no longer can shut the door as they come around with a white flag. It's Carafas, McCabe, Billy Clark, Jeff Barry, Carafas takes the win. Okay, we got a few hot laps on pole. Out of the way. Kelly Moore and Dale Shaw bring them around. The green is out. Kelly Moore in the number 47 and Dale Shaw in the 60 on the outside. Followed very closely by the number 75 of Pete Daniels. Daniels in the 75 trying to vie for that number 3 spot there, battling with Dale Shaw. As a freight train going into the number 4 turn. It's Kelly Moore, Dale Shaw, Pete Daniels. Dale Shaw looking to go down underneath on the inside of Moore. Moore shuts the door as they go around the number 3 turn down the straightaway. Cars freight training through the number 1 and 2 turn down the back stretch. Kelly Moore holding off the lead with Dale Shaw. Right, hot on his bumper. Shaw pulls to the outside. A rather rapid movement to the outside. As they come halfway. 6 down, 6 remaining. For Kelly Moore, Dale Shaw looks like he's going to go around on the outside, trying to get a little bit of a dry bite on the outside. Shaw seems to be holding the power up on Dave Dion. Dave Dion in number 29. Well, familiar racer here at Star Speedway who's raced this track many times. coming up with 2 laps remaining. Kelly Moore holds off as Dave Dion and Dale Shaw battling out for that number 2 spot. Holding on the number 4 spot, Pete Daniels in the 75. 5th is held by Jerry Marquis in the number 4. And 6th by Barney McRae, in the number 5, followed by Stubbs Patton in the 16. 1 lap remaining as the checkers about to come out for Kelly Moore in the 47. The 60 of Dale Shaw. The 75 takes over 3rd spot, followed by Dave Dion. And the 4, Jerry McCoy. Okay, Jim Baby's bringing them around as Pete Jarek and Mike LaRochelle. 35 laps as somebody goes flying out into the bunker brush on the number 1-2 turn. We'll get that later. Pete Jarek and Mike LaRochelle battling it out as the number 66, Roger Sanborn, comes in. Wendell in the 21, working around on the outside in that orange and yellow car. Mitch Wendell looks like he's running very well on the outside. Wendell easily taking over the number 2 spot as we battle for the number 3 and 4 spots. Back in the field is a battle for 8th or 9th between Allie Olson and Tom Mason back there. Olson on the inside, Mason can't hold the outside groove. He goes down on the inside. And the pack of cars coming up looking for that number 3 spot. Mike LaRochelle holds up the lead. Mitch Wendell is 2nd. In 3rd right now is somewhere between Pete Jarek and Tom Mason. Jarek dropping down into the back as Steve Landry in the 90 takes over the number 3 spot. Mark Duchesne's in the 73, comes up on the back of Jarek, looking to take over the number 4 spot as the leaders begin to stretch away. Mike LaRochelle is going to start coming up on traffic. Whoa, the phone, we got a yellow light out. We've got a caution on the number 3 turn. Okay, looks like we're ready to go. Mitch Wendell and Michael LaRochelle. I'll get it right, LaRochelle. Mikey, baby. The green is out as Mike and Mitch Wendell battle it out door to door as they go around the number 1 and 2 turns. Wendell holding on as they go. Looks like he's got a little bit more horsepower as they go down the backstretch. Wendell by a half a nose. Going into the number 3 and 4 turns as they come down the straightaway to the start-finish line. It's Mitch Wendell taking over the lead. Wendell slipping a little bit to the outside, but holding the groove well as Mitch Wendell takes the lead from Mike. LaRochelle and Steve Landry in the 90 is now back up there. Some of the faster cars have made it through the pack to challenge the leaders. Mark Duchesne's in the 73, the defending champion, as Allie Olson in the number 5 starts to come up. Mitch Wendell gaining very slowly on the 2nd place car. Mike LaRochelle as Steve Landry barrels him for the number 2 spot. Landry and Mark Duchesne just waiting to see what happens. It'll be very interesting when they start working into traffic to see how the experience of these different drivers comes out. Little action here on the number 4 turn. Guy looking to go down the pit road, but the pit road gate is closed as Mitch Wendell comes across the start-finish line for the yellow flag. The green is out, 12 laps down. Going for 35 as Mitch Wendell is. Steve Landry goes down underneath Mike. Landry in the 90. Doing battle with Michael La Rochelle. And Mike slips in the number 3 spot as the battle is put on number 4 spot between the 5 of Ali Olson and the 73 of Mark Duchesne. Duchesne gets easily by Olson on the outside. Duchesne's is the 4th spot, Olson's 5th. Pete Jarrett is 6th. Mitch Wendell, your leader, and a number 21 from Fremont, New Hampshire. Mighty Mitch Wendell holding on the leader. Steve Landry comes up behind him in the number 90 to do battle. Landry battling as they go halfway, 17 down, actually 18 laps remaining. Landry right up on his bumper. Bumper to bumper as they come out of the 4th turn down the straightaway. Landry looks on the outside, ducks back down on the inside. A little bit of a tap on the bumper there to let Wendell know that he's there. They'll be coming up on traffic here very shortly. Let's see how Wendell and Steve Landry do. Mitch Wendell coming up in traffic now as Joe Mormon. We got a yellow flag out. The yellow is out just as Mitch Wendell was coming up on traffic. Green is out. Mitch Wendell. Steve Landry, looks like Mark Duchesne by about a bumper as they cross the start-finish line going in, and Mike La Rochelle trying desperately to hold on to that number 3 spot. Mitch Wendell continues to hold the lead. Steve Landry 2nd, Michael La Rochelle 3rd, Mark Duchesne's 4th, Ali Olson's 5th, Tom Mason in the 67 is 6th. The 5M of Bill Meany is 6th. Whoa, and Tom Mason gets loose in the number 3 turn. number 13 spinning out on the number 3 turn there. Russ Hersey spinning out as Mitch Wendell just again starts to get up into traffic. Okay, Mitch Wendell. The Alan Coles DP chassis number 21 brings him around as they get the green. 6 laps remaining for Mitch Wendell. Steve Landry working hard on the outside to take over the lead. Just too much horsepower in that number 21 as they drag down the backstretch. Mike LaRochelle taking the number 2 spot now as Landry is being hung out to dry. Landry can't get the bite on the outside that he would like as Mark Duchesne takes over the number 3 spot. Drop on Landry back down the 4. Steve Landry getting a warning from the flag man. Okay, it'll be 2 to go this time as looks like Dean a little bit of trouble there on the backstretch. He'll be getting out of the way. This time it'll be the white flag for Mitch Wendell, Michael LaRochelle, Steve Landry in the 90, Mark Duchesne's in the 73, Allie Olson in the 5. Tom Mason comes flying through the dirt as they cross the start finish line. It looks like it's going to be Mitch Wendell winning the Star Speedway Street Stock Open, the 1M, the 90, the 73, the 5, and the 20. Yeah, let's give him a big hand. He's got 9 feature wins at Hudson, 1 feature win here, and now Street Stock Open, Mitch Wendell in the number 21 from Fremont, New Hampshire.
Thank you very much, Bob. Chris Romano, Drexel Next me down here with winner of the Street Stock Open, Mitch Wendell. Mitch's second victory here at Star Speedway. Congratulations. Tell us how it went.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Race went pretty smooth, a lot smoother than I figured, and everyone ran pretty clean, and the car went pretty good. I got to thank DMP Chassis, Allen's Call, Auto Stop Services, and Edson Engines.
Tell us about that first restart. We were able to get around Mike LaRochelle. Were you hoping Yellow would come out at that point, or were you edging up to him, and did you think you could catch him under green?
No, I was just waiting. It's a long race, and no sense getting too aggressive, and I just wanted to wait.
Now, once you got out front, you had a lot of pressure from behind from several people, and you had a lot of restarts to go through yourself. Were you concerned about those at all?
Oh, yeah, it's always concerned. The 90 was right there, the 73, they're all front runners. We were running into some lap traffic that made it a little hairy, but we got through it.
Very good. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
I hope you can hear me now because the Northeastern Midget Association racers are about to salute you, the fans, and they've come a long way. I'd like to have you salute them back. As they come down out of turn 3 through turn 4 in their 4-wide formation, let's have everybody in the pit grandstand stand up and cheer and yell and wave. Everybody in turn 4, let's have a big wave and come down the front stretch. Wave from turn 4 down into turn 1. everybody up and cheering. They sure do appreciate knowing that you like this show. Thank you very much. Now they get back into their two-wide formation, giving our starter, Murray Dumas, one more chance to look him over to make sure the order is okay. They could see you waving, although they couldn't hear you cheering over the engine. Rick Hart and Bob Resto are on the pole. Bill DeMario, Mike Pavuli right behind. Then Mike Seymour and Russ Storr. Joey Coy and Drew Finoro. Here we go. Murray's got the green flag ready. We're green. Into turn one, too wide. Everybody's okay. They all made it through that far. It's Ricky Hart. Mike Pavuli dives under Hart. Takes the lead if they go in too wide, three wide. Drew made a lap. Pavuli has the lead. Mike Seymour has come through into second. Rick Hart still holds down third. Joey Coy comes through in the bottom into fourth. Pavuli, Seymour, Hart, Coy. Coy's on the bottom of Hart now. Coy takes away spot as Mike Seymour chases Pavuli down the backstretch. Seymour tries to move on the outside of Pavuli as Coy works to catch up to them. Bob St. George having trouble, pulls off on the backstretch as Seymour dives into turn three on Pavuli's tail, can't quite make it. Pavuli hangs on to that lead. Lots of action in the back behind him as they come out of turn four, three wide. Seymour gets on the outside, can't do it as Pavuli moves out. Seymour dives in hard again. We got a spin here. Eric Pratt and Matt O'Brien right here in the front stretch, and we got a big tangle there as there was a slowdown in turns 3 and 4 also. And the Volkswagens in general are down a little on power to some of those all-aluminum engines, but they handle a little bit better. But now we have a drag race between Mike Pavuli's Fontana on the inside and Mike Seymour's Volkswagen on the outside, and the power of the Fontana wins the drag race, and Joey Coy tries to come through with another one, but can't quite do it. Seymour manages to drop down into second spot, and in fact, Brother Bobby is beating on Coy's doorstep, trying to take over third. Mike Pavuli now leads Mike Seymour, Bobby Seymour, Joey Coy, Drew Finoro, and Milky Finoro are in 5th and 6th. We have two brother acts out there now in the top 6 cars. Mike Seymour once again goes to work on Mike Pavuli. Down the backstretch, Pavuli opens up a little lead. Seymour dives into the turn a little tighter and comes out right on his tail. Seymour goes out wide and loses a few feet that time as he bobbled, and Bobby managed to close in on him a little bit. Behind these front 6, there's quite a battle going on there in turn 3 and 4 too, but the lead is where all the action is right now. Mike Pavuli, Mike Seymour, Bobby Seymour, Joey Coy, Nick Finoro gets by Brother Drew for 5th. As we come around to the 10 laps down sign, Mike Pavuli still has the lead. Mike Seymour, Bobby Seymour, Joey Coy now has Nick Finoro right on his tail. Remember, Nick Finoro has won every race he's entered since he started that car. Every feature race since he started driving that car 5 events ago. Down the back stretch, lap cars coming up now. Lap traffic getting heavier as Mike Pavuli still leads. Mike Seymour, Bobby Seymour's lost a little ground. Here comes Nick Finoro under Joey Coy for 4th. Coy drops down in turn 1. But Nick drops one wheel right down on the white line, trying to get under him, can't do it. Lap traffic coming up now. Let's see what happens there. Once again, Nicky has to drop back. Down the back stretch. Pavuli falls in behind that lap traffic. Seymour tries to go under him, but the lap traffic stays there and he can't do it. Bobby manages to catch up as they get slowed down by the lap traffic. Down the back stretch. Pavuli, Seymour, then Coy, Finoro, and Drew Finoro all by himself in 6th. Mike Pavuli still manages to hang on to that lead with Mike Seymour right on his bumper, and he's got a clear path now for a straightaway. Joey Coy and Nick Finoro go at it hard in lap traffic, and Finoro traps Coy, gets around him. Bobby Seymour is sitting behind them watching all this action, and now Nicky Finoro is catching up on the front four cars. And the lap traffic is about to get heavy again. As lap 20 comes up this time around, Favuli moves in behind this lap traffic, which gets faster and faster with every lap. Favuli, Seymour tries underneath them, but the lap cars are in the way, and Favuli hangs under the lead. We've got a whole bunch of cars coming up now in front of the leaders, and Bobby Seymour and Nicky Finoro may be able to catch him. Here's the battle for third, past the stripe. Seymour has Favuli, Finoro under him as they come up in the lap cars. Seymour hangs on, though, as they go into that pack of lap cars. Favuli gained a little spot on Mike Seymour. Bobby Seymour still is hanging on in front of Nicky Finoro. A little more open ground again as Favuli gets by Ricky Hart, and Mike Seymour has to follow around him. Here comes Bobby Seymour and Nicky Finoro fighting for third. Down the backstretch, Favuli has opened up about 5 car lengths, but Seymour can drop right in turn 3. Bobby Seymour and Nicky Finoro continue fighting their way for third. Joey Coy is hanging on to 5th, although he has Drew Finoro all over him now. Nicky Finoro is underneath Bobby Seymour and has third spot on the 25th circuit. Nicky Finoro has third and now starts off after the 2 leaders. Mike Favuli, Mike Seymour, Nicky Finoro, now Bobby Seymour is caught behind the lap cars in 4th. Joey Coy still leads Drew Finoro for 5th. Mike Favuli still hangs on over Mike Seymour, who now is going to have Nicky Finoro to worry about. There's still 8 laps to go. Favuli pulls out just a little bit. Nicky closes up on Seymour. Lap traffic coming up. Favuli and Seymour make it by. Nicky tries the inside but can't make it. He's shown himself to Seymour now. Seymour knows that Finoro is back there. 5 to go this time by for Favuli, Seymour and Finoro. 1, 2, 3. Here's Bobby Seymour all alone in 4th. And a battle for 5th between Joey Coy in the 94 and Drew Finoro in the 45 goes on. Here comes Nicky Finoro on the bottom of Mike Seymour. Nicky gets by on the bottom with 3 to go. Mike Favuli now has Nicky Finoro, the winningest driver in the East, right on his tail. With 3 to go, Favuli down the backstretch. As Finoro closes up, Favuli tries to hang right on the bottom, giving him no room. The tail comes out a little with 2 to go. Favuli down on the bottom, running right on the white line, trying to give Finoro no room at all. Favuli in turn 3 drops out a foot, and Finoro tries to go under him right in the dirt and doesn't make it on the white flag. And Favuli pulls away just a little bit. Lap traffic gets in the way now. Coming into turn 3, this heavy lap traffic. And Favuli moves out. Finoro's going to try under him. Favuli comes down for the checker and takes it. Mike Favuli gets his 3rd win of the year, his 2nd win here at Star Speedway. Mike Favuli in the Patty Favuli Cape Cod Aggregates Fontana number 80. Is the winning car, taking his victory lap with the checkered flag. In 2nd spot, by feet, the first heat feature race that this car has lost. He got in the car. Nick Finoro in a great drive from near the back of the pack. Almost took the feature away from Favuli. It's the driving the Matt Luolo Mid-Otoya measuring instruments. Gaddy number 12 in 3rd spot. Chasing Favuli for most of the race. Finally lost 2nd to Finoro near the end was Mike Seymour driving the Bill and Nicky Tapley Lumber Company Volkswagen number 8. In 4th spot was his brother Bobby Seymour, driving his own Urati Automotive Volkswagen number 4. In 5th spot was Joey Coy, our point leader. In the Carl Kibbe Sunoco Nelson's International Truck Fontana number 94, and behind him was Drew Fenoro in Gene Angelillo's Skoll Extramot Pontiac number 45. He's got his head off. Let's have a big hand for Mike Favuli.
Feature event of the year. Second one here at Star. His third feature event was at
The Waterford Speed Bowl down near New London, Connecticut.
Thank you, Dick. We're down here with the winner of the Star East Coast Classic, Mike Favuli. Mike, I don't know if it was quite as exciting for you as it was for the race fans out there, but that was quite a race. Tell us about it.
Well, we got a break right in the beginning. We made a dive for it. We had to figure I had to get to the front as quick as I could with the competition we had behind us. And then after that, I saw Mikey a couple of times, and Mikey and I went wheel to wheel for a while. And you can go wheel to wheel with a guy like Mikey because he'll give you some space. So after that, I just put my leg in it and go. I knew what was behind me and what was coming, so I just went as fast as I could, as long as I could.
Did you have any idea that Nick Fenoro Jr. was making a bonsai run to the front during those last 10 laps?
Well, we don't have mirrors, Chris, as you know, and I had no idea, but just looking at the starting lineup, there was no doubt that Nicky would be coming. I mean, he's been on a roll, and a lot of us were here to stop him tonight, and Nick's a hell of a guy we won tonight.
In the heat race, it seemed like you had figured out the handling for tonight's feature. I was talking with Dick Bean just as the car rolled in victory lane, and he jokingly said it was the rain tire on the left front and the cold weather. Did you have the handling figured out for tonight?
I think he had it figured out right from the beginning, to tell you the truth. The last time we were here, we weren't really on the money, and during the heat and even the time trial in second, kind of bore out the fact that the car was hooked pretty well. So he was right tonight.
Very good. Congratulations on the victor in the 35-lap Star East Coast Classic.
Okay, and I want to thank the Budweiser people, Bob Weber, and the crowd here at Star Speedway. The sponsors, Eslen LaRusso. Thank you.
Bessie and Albee get ready to bring them down for 150 laps of Busch Grand National Racing here at Star Speedway. Jim Beebe gets ready to bring them around. Joe Bessie in the 9. They should get the green flag as they come out of the number 4 turn. Keep your eye on the start of Jim Beebe, and the green is out. The Busch Grand National 150 is on its way. Joe Bessie taking the early lead as they go down the backstretch. Joe Bessie, Jamie Albee, Bessie the leader, followed by Ricky Craven. Joe Bessie holding on to the lead as the field begins to stretch out just a little bit. Joe Bessie, Jamie Albee, Ricky Craven, Bobby Gaeta, Mikey Whedon, and Tony Hirschman. Whoa! And Albee gets into Bessie just a little bit. Albee down on the inside now. Albee, Jamie Albee takes over the lead from Joe Bessie as they go down the backstretch. I'm not sure if Bessie got tapped or just got a little bit loose. Jamie Albee, you're neither. Joe Bessie is second. Ricky Craven is third. Bobby Gaeta is fourth and Mikey Whedon fifth. Ricky Craven goes down low underneath Joe Bessie to take over the number 2 spot. Ricky Craven now holding on to number 2 spot. Joe Bessie slips to 3rd. Bob Gator is 4th and Mike Whedon is 5th. Mike Whedon goes down low underneath Gator. Mike Whedon takes over the number 4 spot. Whoa, and Bobby Gator spins out on the number 2 turn. Bobby Gator in the number 36. In a Trainer Trucking Pontiac from Niantic, Connecticut, spins out in the number 2 turn, drawing the first yellow flag of the day. Jamie Albee, Ricky Craven, Joe Bessie, Mike Whedon in the 35. Jamie Albee bringing him around. Jim Beebe looking him over. The green is out. The 150 on the way again. Jamie Albee and Ricky Craven. As Joe Bessie comes back underneath Craven on the inside. A 3-way battle going on for the number 1 spot. Jamie Albee trying to hold off. Joe Bessie as Craven comes around on the outside. Kelly Moore in the 47 moves up to take over the number 4 spot. Mike Whedon on the outside to take the 5th spot. And it's 29 of Dave Dion. Dave Dion and Mike Whedon, well-known racers here at Star Speedway, competed many, many years in the late models. Dave Dion on the inside. Mikey Whedon on the outside. Keep an eye on Dale Shore right behind him. Waiting for Dion to make a little bumper tag there going in as they come out of the number 4 turn. Mikey Whedon decides to pull in behind the 29 of Dave Dion, and Dion takes the number 5 spot. Dion, Whedon, and Dale Shaw. As they freight train around the number 1 and 2 turns and down the backstretch. Joe Bessie in the number 9, your number 2 car, excuse me. And right behind Jamie Albee and in front of Ricky Craven. Jamie Albee doing pretty well here all by himself. As Ricky Craven comes around again. Craven and Joe Bessie battling it out again. Joe Bessie holding on to second. Can Craven take him on the outside? They're coming up on traffic. Ricky Craven takes over the number 2 spot. Joe Bessie back to 3rd. Kelly Moore in the 47 is 4th. Dave Dion is 5th. Dale Shore 6th. And Mike Whedon 7th. Dick McCabe, the Irish Angel, in the 0 car is 7th. Albee with almost a straightaway lead over Richie Craven. Joe Bessie holding on to third. Jamie Moore fourth. Dave Dion fifth. Dale Shaw sixth. And the seventh spot is Mike Whedon, and eighth is the Irish Angel Dick McCabe. Kelly Moore challenges Joe Bessie down underneath for the number 3 spot. Kelly Moore in the number 47 takes over the number 3 spot as Joe Bessie is hung outside on the outside. Dave Dion trying the same thing. Dion goes down underneath. Bessie getting hung up in that outside groove. Dale Shaw says he'll try the same route. As they complete lap number 37, Dave Dion has now taken over the number 4 spot. Dale Shaw challenging now Joe Bessie for the number 5 spot. Dale Shaw had to count up the cars here to make sure where we were. Dale Shaw has moved into the 5th spot behind the number 47 of Kelly Moore. Jamie Albee has just passed, Kelly Moore has just passed Richie Craven. Flew right down underneath him, take over the number 2 spot. Craven is 3rd. Dale Shaw is 4th. Joe Bessie is 5th. Dave Dion 6th. Mike Whedon 7th. And the Irish Angel Dick McCabe 8th. Right now, Jamie Albee has a 4-second lead over Kelly Moore. We'll see if we can see how he's doing on that interval. Dale Shaw has moved up in the number 3 spot in front of Ricky Craven as he sets his sights on the number 47 of Kelly Moore. Whoa, and the number 75, Pete Daniels, goes spinning out into the number 1 turn. Pete Daniels. Jamie Albee looking for his first Busch Grand National victory of the year. Green's out, 65 laps down. And Jamie Albee continues to hold on to the lead in the 41. Looks like Kelly Moore is going to try and give him a little bit of challenge along with Ricky Craven and Dale Shaw. Joe Betsy in the number 9 is 5th. 6th is the number 29 of Dave Dion, and 7th is Mike Rowe in the number 15. Jamie Albee, your leader. Kelly Moore right on his tail. Richard Craven and Dale Shaw going to battle it out for the number 3 spot. Craven slides a little bit through the number 3-4 turn. Dale Shaw on the 60 doesn't take good advantage of it. Shaw looking to go down low underneath Craven. Yellow came out that time for Mike Olson. Okay, looking to get the green flag as Jamie Albee takes over again. The green is out. Keep an eye on Kelly Moore on the outside. Kelly Moore trying to take a shot at it. Very interesting as they come up on the lap traffic as Richie Craven tries to get down underneath Kelly Moore. Craven's down underneath Kelly Moore in the number 25. Craven can't hold it as Moore gets up a little high and hits that drop-off. There's a pretty good drop-off in the back stretch and cups a couple of spots. Dale Shaw moves up on the inside of Kelly Moore, battling for the number 3 spot. Craven is in number 2. Jamie Albee continues to hold the lead in the number 41. Ricky Craven in the 25 is second. Dale Shaw battling now with Kelly Moore. Kelly Moore on the outside. Dave Dion right behind them, waiting for a chance to move up to the front. A little bit more than halfway, 87 laps completed. Oh, 3 abreast down the straightaway. The Speedy Oil of Ricky Craven gets tapped by Dale Shaw, gets a little bit loose. Shaw takes over the number 2 spot from Craven. This time Dave Dion is down underneath, looking to go underneath Craven. Meanwhile, Kelly Moore in the 47 has been hung out to dry on the outside. Jamie Orby, considerable lead over the second place car, Dale Shaw. Ricky Craven's third, Kelly Moore's fourth. Dave Dion fifth, Dick McCabe sixth, and Mike Rowe seventh. Oh, we got the yellow flag out for over there on the number 3 turn. Okay, in the number 1 spot, they got Jamie Orby outside Dale Shaw. Ricky Craven in the 25. And Kelly Moore in the number 4 spot. Dave Dion in 5th. Dick McCabe in 6th. Mike Rowe in 7th. And Joe Bessie in 8th. Dale Shaw in the EJP Enterprises Pontiac has come up to challenge Jamie Orby for the lead. Back in the pack for the number 5 spot, Dick McCabe battling on the outside of Dave Dion. McCabe and, whoa, somebody lost something. As the 22, that's the Jeff Barry card. The number 22 goes, gets loose, a little bit loose on it backstretch. Making contact with Billy Clark in the number 7. Is out. Shaw falling right in behind Jamie Orby. As Kelly Moore and Ricky Craven. Kelly Moore going high around the outside. Takes over the number 3 spot from Ricky Craven. And it looks like Dick McCabe, the Irish Angel, looking to go around on the outside. Jamie Orby, Dale Shaw, Kelly Moore, Dick McCabe, Ricky Craven, Mike Rowe holding on to the number 6 spot. Dave Dion is 7th. Joe Bessie is 8th. Mike Whedon 9th. Whoa, and Dave Dion gets loose in the number 4 turn. Dave Dion gets the yellow flag. Meanwhile, the number 9 and 16 come together. Stubb Fadden. Jamie Orby and Dale Shaw battle once again. Orby and Shaw, door to door. They come down a straightaway. Oh, and Mikey Whedon. Mike Whedon and Tony Hirschman come together down the straightaway. We now have 120 laps down, 30 laps to go, and Dale Shaw gets a very slow start. Whoa, and Whedon, this time Whedon and the number 17, Bob Brunel, come together. The 66 of Dean Ferry getting the black flag. Okay, going green once again with 130 laps. Green is out. Orby again holding on to the lead. Kelly Moore back into second, Richie Craven third, Joe Bessie fourth, Dale Shaw fifth, the Irish Angel Dick McCabe is sixth. That puts Dave Dion seventh, and Stubb Fadden should be a lap car along with the 36 of Bob Gaeta. Whoa, and it's Stubb Fadden spinning out on the backstretch. Stubb Fadden into 16, having a little trouble getting his car started there. $13 laps remaining. 13 to go for Jamie Orby and Kelly Moore. Pace comes up. If anybody's going to make a move on the leader, now is the time to do it. Nobody seems to be able to get around Jamie Orby. Dick McCabe in the zero car on the outside of Dale Shaw, trying to go for the number 5 spot. McCabe running hot on the outside, goes past Shaw. Fade just a little as they go down the backstretch. Dave Dion and Dick McCabe now door to door as they go down the backstretch. The battle for the number 6 spot. Dale Shaw trying to go around the outside of Joe Bessie in the 9. Shaw had been up as high as 2nd. And on a restart, he dropped way back to 7th spot. Whoa! Ricky Craven loses it. Looks like Craven had something let loose. Gets it back together, does not draw a yellow flag. Just got loose from Ricky Craven. Dick McCabe battling around the outside of Joe Bessie in the 9. McCabe and Bessie battling it out for the number 4 spot. 5 laps remaining for the 3-time Busch Grand National North champion, Jamie Albee. Free to go. Two laps remaining. 2 to go. And the white flag comes out this time for Jimmy Albee. Kelly Moore, Dale Shaw, and Dick McCabe. Kelly Moore not slowing down at all. Kelly Moore. Jamie Albee, your winner. Kelly Moore, 2nd. Dale Shaw, 3rd. Dick McCabe, 4th. 5th going to Joe Bessie. 6th, I believe, went to Dave Dion unofficially. Don't forget, October 13th, up at New Hampshire International Speedway, it'll be the Chevy Dealers of New England 250 at the New Hampshire International Speedway in Loudon, New Hampshire. I think he's beginning to get out of his car. He may be able to hear you here shortly. Himself on strap, on buckle. Led almost the entire race except for the first lap. Okay, he can hear you now, the 3-time Busch Grand National North champion and his first feature win for 1991, Jamie Albee from North Riversburg, Vermont, in a Cisco Buick. Going into this race, Jamie was sitting 6th in the Busch Grand National points with 6 top 5 and 10 top 10 finishes to his credit. Get his jacket on, it's a little bit chilly out there. Let's see if we can get Chris Romano down there. Chris?
Thank you, Bob. We're here with tonight's winner. The dominant winner was the winner of the Star 150 Busch Grand National North race, Jamie Albee. Oh. Jamie, a dominant win right from the word go. It seems like you had the first 100 laps covered, and then the last 50, a lot of competition right behind you. You're concerned about that?
Well, it was a good field of cars tonight, and I knew that, and I tried to put some lap cars between me, but we're just super happy. You know, I'd like to take the time to thank Shipville and Tony Cairns and Interstate Batteries and AEL Trailer Rentals. Dave Pritchard came over tonight and gave me some good luck, and my crew especially for getting a good handling race car like they did tonight.
Was that the secret to tonight's win? Was it handling, or how was the motor doing? It seemed like you could pull just about anyone in the straightaways.
Well, we had a lot of gear in, and towards the end of the season, we were going for broke. So we turned it up, and Wagner motor ran super all night.
Now tell us, from the quarter mile here at Star, the next race is the big mile up at New Hampshire International. What changes will you make?
Well, we've got a real good Letard car that we've been running real well over there, and we'll bring that car out. And you know, we're looking forward to getting back on the mile. We were down at Dover last week and learned a lot, and hopefully some of that will pay off over in New Hampshire.
Once again, congratulations, a great win here tonight.
Thank you.
You'll just leave that down there, I'll pick it up.
Well, on behalf of Bob Weber of Busch and Busch Grand National North Series, this is Bob Piccone wishing a good, safe drive home, and hope to be seeing you up at the 250, the Chevy dealers on New England 250 on October 13th at the New Hampshire International Speedway.